major development is unfolding inside the world of the British monarchy, and it's a story that keeps spiraling into even deeper turmoil. Prince Andrew, once widely recognized as the Duke of York and a prominent member of the royal family, has just been hit with another crushing setback to an already shattered public image. Just when it seems as though his reputation couldn't decline any further, new information suggests that his presence is literally disappearing from historical markers. We're talking about military acknowledgements, commemorative displays, and physical reminders of his past service steadily being taken down. It's a dramatic example of how far someone in high standing can fall, and trust me, every moment of this unraveling situation is worth paying attention to. If royal scandals and inside palace updates are your thing, make sure you're subscribed to Royals Explored, because we keep you informed on every new twist as it happens. So what exactly has unfolded now? According to reporting from the Mirror, several plaques that carried Prince Andrew's name have been discreetly removed from locations across the Falkland Islands. These plaques weren't random decorations, they symbolized his service during the 1982 Falklands War, marking his participation in a defining military conflict for the United Kingdom. For decades, these memorials served as enduring reminders of one of the most honorable chapters of Andrew's life, his time as a young naval officer who flew missions in dangerous conditions. And yet, these tributes have now been taken down, eliminating one of the last areas of public recognition he still had. This new development represents another dramatic blow in the continuing downturn of his status, coming shortly after he was stripped of his remaining titles and military affiliations following his associations with Jeffrey Epstein. The timing only intensifies the significance of this latest decision. Prince Andrew is reported to be spending most of his time in near isolation at Royal Lodge, the expansive estate he has been struggling to keep as pressures mount for him to relocate. He has already seen the loss of his HRH style, his military appointments, many public roles, and nearly all opportunities to appear in an official capacity. Now even the history he once took genuine pride in is shifting away from him. The removal of these plaques sends a clear message. Regardless of his past contributions, institutions no longer want to publicly associate themselves with his legacy. To understand the emotional impact this must have on Andrew, it's important to recall what the Falklands War represented in his life. In 1982, he served as a helicopter pilot with the Royal Navy, flying Sea King aircraft from HMS Invincible. This was not ceremonial involvement, it was active duty in a combat zone. He participated in anti-submarine missions, casualty evacuations, and operations designed to divert enemy fire. He saw the realities of war up close. When HMS Invincible returned to Portsmouth after the conflict, Queen Elizabeth herself greeted him, handing him a single red rose in a moment that became symbolic of the pride she felt for her son. For decades, that image shaped how the public viewed him. If you haven't already, tap that subscribe button and turn on notifications for Royals Explored, because we're diving into every detail surrounding this story. Andrew's military career spanned more than 2 decades, and the Falklands War stood as the defining highlight of it. He received the South Atlantic Medal for his service and revisited the islands multiple times as a veteran, commemorating those who served and honoring those who did not return. The plaques now being taken down represented that history, offering a physical connection between the prince and a pivotal moment in British military events. So why is this happening now? The answer lies in the long-running fallout from his association with Jeffrey Epstein, a convicted sex offender. Allegations made against Andrew by Virginia Giuffre, who said she was trafficked by Epstein as a teenager, led to international scrutiny. Andrew's widely criticized BBC interview, during which he attempted to defend himself, including remarks about being unable to sweat and a reference to being at a Pizza Express in Woking, only heightened public disbelief. Although Andrew has consistently denied wrongdoing, he later reached a financial settlement with Giuffre, which was interpreted by many as a sign of the immense pressure he was under. In early 2022, Queen Elizabeth removed his military titles and patronages, and he stepped back entirely from public life. King Charles has since reinforced the stance that Andrew will not be returning to royal duties. As his reputation suffered, so did his affiliations. Military organizations, charities, and universities gradually distanced themselves from him. Now the Falkland Islands, a place where Andrew earned genuine respect for his service, appear to be following that pattern by removing markers that featured his name. It shows just how deeply the scandal has affected perceptions of him, overshadowing even the most legitimate moments of his past. At Royal Lodge, the prince reportedly lives a quiet and isolated life. While the residence is grand, it has become more of a refuge than a home. Discussions about relocating him to Frogmore Cottage continue, and he is said to be resisting the idea with increasing urgency. With no official duties and no prospects of returning to public life, his role within the royal family is minimal. His daughters, Princess Beatrice and Princess Eugenie, are believed to maintain a personal relationship with him, though they are careful to avoid public association that could harm their own reputations. The removal of the plaques in the Falkland Islands is more than a symbolic gesture, it marks the erasure of what may have been the last uncontested achievement in Andrew's life. Each plaque taken down represents another reminder that his history is being stripped away in real time. For island residents, the decision likely reflects a desire to honor the conflict without entangling it in modern controversy. And now the questions grow: what happens next? Could Andrew face additional public distancing from institutions that once honored him? Will he eventually be compelled to leave Royal Lodge? Might he even consider living abroad to escape constant scrutiny? Some royal experts believe this is just the start, while others argue the situation may continue to worsen until there is nothing left of Andrew's public standing. The monarchy itself feels the effects of this ongoing saga. Prince Andrew's downfall raises long-debated questions about accountability within the royal family and how scandals are handled. Critics argue that he received protection for too long, while supporters claim he was ultimately sacrificed to preserve the family's reputation. Either way, the damage to the institution's image is undeniable. For Prince Andrew personally, this latest chapter must feel like a never-ending descent. Once celebrated as a dedicated naval officer and a prince who served his country, he now watches as the last physical signs of that period are removed. The plaques in the Falklands symbolized a time when he was admired. Their disappearance reflects how far his public standing has collapsed. This story matters because it illustrates that even those born into privilege are not immune to the consequences of associations, actions, and public perception. His service was real, his bravery acknowledged, but public opinion now defines his legacy far more than past accomplishments. With each development, the question becomes louder: how much further can Prince Andrew fall? If you want to follow every update, every shift, and every new revelation in this royal saga, make sure to subscribe to Royals Explored and hit the notification bell so you never miss a moment. And let us know in the comments, do you think there is any path forward for Andrew, or has his fate been sealed for good? Stay tuned for more royal insights and evolving stories right here on Crown Updates.